The third pitfall to avoid is one of my ones I wish I would have learned early on when I first started collecting, buying, selling, trading is what's going on, and welcome back to my channel, Joe Zaccardelli. As you can see, I have a little bit of clutter going on around me and decided, hey, let's make a video about this. 3 things to avoid when buying out a big lot like this. Do the 3 tips that I feel to avoid when buying in bulk. And what I mean in bulk is this is a fraction of what you see. We're talking 4, 5, 6, 7 truckloads of watchmaker, jeweler items brought back with me. I have to sort through and go through, and just kind of want to help you guys with some pitfalls that I found out early on and make sure that both of you are getting a fair deal, because they are letting up lots of treasures, as you can see behind me, but you are also getting an unrealistic amount of work to move through everything, as well as if you have other things at home that you're working on, other projects. This is just going to be more time than you realize. And I understand sometimes planning for these purchases are unexpected and it hits you and you have to jump on it and move. But when the time comes, hopefully you'll be prepared and ready for it. Before we get into it, please go ahead and take a minute to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're always up to date. As you can see around here, we are starting to do a little bit more with the channel, so that like button, subscription really does mean a lot. We got a new microphone. All right, 3 things to avoid when buying out a big lot like this. The first one to try to avoid is getting junk drunk. Now, junk drunk doesn't mean you're drinking before you start buying this stuff. This is when you start seeing everything that's around you and you're trying to process it. All of a sudden, there's going to be an overload moment where it's foggy. You really can't concentrate on what you're seeing. Everything's going to kind of go blurry in a way. When you start trying to add it up, you might want to step back and clear your mind for a second before really doing the math, because after you see everything, you start putting pen to paper on what you can sell this stuff for, what this stuff's worth, whether you're going to use it yourself or you're going to replace something that you currently have and sell that. But unfortunately, we can't keep everything. You can't just say, well, this seems like a fair number and then go from there, because there is going to be plenty of work on your part when you get home to go through it. So how to avoid being junk drunk? Well, easiest thing I can tell you to do is go to yard sales, go to garage sales. The best thing I like to do to try to get my stamina up so I can pay attention to everything is go to an antique store or like a flea market mall or a vendor mall and try to go up and down the aisles and pay attention to detail to everything. The first time you do it, you're going to sleep well that night. And just get your stamina up a little bit more, so when you do go and try to make a deal, you can be coherent in the negotiation and you can give the best number that you feel comfortable with and that hopefully the seller will feel comfortable as well. Okay, so number 2 and number 3 can be flip-flopped either way, regardless if you get all this stuff for free or you pay tens of thousands of dollars for it. Understand, there are hours and hours and hours of work bringing it home. There's hours of work sorting through it. There's hours of work listing it. Even if you have buyers here and there, you have to call them, you have to email them, you have to send pictures, they have to come over, they have to look through the stuff. There's a negotiation process there. Understand that it doesn't matter when you're dealing with truckloads or an estate or a huge lot like this. There is going to be countless hours that you have to accommodate for, and if you don't value your time, then that's fine. But understand, this stuff does take immense amount of time. The third pitfall to avoid is one of my ones I wish I would have learned early on when I first started collecting, buying, selling, trading, is do not sell your best items first. Keep them. No matter what No matter how hard it is, because you can flip this for hundreds of dollars, or this for hundreds of dollars, these for hundreds of dollars. Do not flip the best things first, because you're going to have nothing to keep or be able to flip or sell or trade later. What you want to do is sell the stuff that doesn't mean anything to you, that you're not going to use. Sell the pocket watches, the wristwatches that you don't care about. Sell the tools you don't care about. Keep the good ones for you, whether you think you're going to use them or not. Keep the best first, because it will be easier to move that stuff later than earlier, and there's more motivation to sell the stuff you know you're not going to use first to recover that money that you've invested in all these items. And how about one more important tip? When you're looking around, don't be narrow-minded. Always look for opportunities to buy things. You might be into watches, tools, guns, cars, whatever it may be. Look around. There might be something else, is a hidden gem. You never know what you'll find unless you open your eyes, you're not junk drunk, and you realize what is around and available for sale. I'll give you a quick example. I bought all this stuff. One of my favorite items that I got from this is a vintage NES or Nintendo Entertainment System with games in the box, controller, the zapper, and I couldn't be happier. I spent about, 2-3 hours cleaning the cartridges, taking the Nintendo apart, cleaning out that 72-pin connector, and it is just, I was really happy because I let the kids play it. I got to reminisce about my childhood, but it's also a valuable asset to have as well. Look for comic books, look for tools, whatever it may be. Don't get trapped in the moment of, I can only buy this particular item, because there will be so many other hidden gems in that lot that you may be able to get as well, that will be valuable for both you and the seller, because you want it, they want to get rid of it, and if you do it at a bulk deal, usually you'll get a better price. One thing I did get is different cool displays like this that I would have never have thought about. Found them in a garbage bag, opened them, saw that, vintage 60s, 70s watch displays that would be in cabinets, showcases. Like, tell me who wouldn't want that? Whether it's you for yourself, for sale, or for trade. Longines, Wittenauer. Look for the brand names that people like. Timex, Omega, Accutron, Bulova. Brings back nostalgic, or they just love the watches or the items because they're quality made. I hope those 3 things help. I do also have one more helpful bit that can help you know what you have, whether you go into the sale before or when you get home, is books. Books are a very huge thing when dealing with vintage tools or vintage watch-related items. This 1932 Schwarzschild & Company book helped me a lot, because when you go through this, there will be tools in this that are no longer in Casker, Cousins. When you get all these tools and you get the Watchmaker benches and all these tools are in here, you're going to want to know what it's for, and you can go to the different sections and find out tweezers, lathe items, all that stuff, and you will know what they're actually used for, and it's very, very helpful when listing or keeping them for yourself. That Best Fit 111 encyclopedia is very helpful as well. Some of the encyclopedias do have the tools in the back of the book as well. That is a good reference. And last but not least, the Casker or the Cousins supply list. This is really nice. You can probably pick these up on eBay. You don't have to be a member, but it will show you pictures and item description of what everything is. And that can also help you, if you memorize these books, kind of know what you're looking for when you go into these situations and buy, sell, and trade. You'll actually know what they're for. You can look them up easier. You can figure out what the prices that they're going for, so that you get a fair price, they get a fair price, and everyone's happy. If this video helped you, please, it would mean a lot. Please hit that like button. Please consider subscribing. It would help out more than you'd know. And as always, be on the lookout for mechanical art. The hunt is real. Until next time, see you later. Okay, now gotta find places to put this stuff so the wife doesn't kill me. Or kick me out. Oh well. It's good stuff. Very happy. Hello? Yeah, technical issues.